What's up, guys? Apparently, apparently, this is all me. Apparently, this entire, this apparently this entire apparently this entire experience apparently this entire experience is me. Apparently it's all apparently it's all me. Apparently everything is me. Apparently everything is me. Everyone that I see is me. That's the revelation. Apparently I just saw a big paw print. Let's do a collective reading. I see a lot of I'd take my power back from energy draining copycats. I don't like and I don't allow anyone who is surviving off of stealing my focus from me. That's what I'm seeing. People that have been thriving off spell work and hurting me. And that's why it's hard for me to be myself. But apparently it's all me, right? Except this one person that I can feel draining my life force energy. How come I never have people that come into my life that want to help? Except on Sundays. Twice a year. Twice a year on a Sunday, someone will show up to help. Other than that, it's just disgusting relationships, narcissistic abuse, gross cycles of sexual gratification over the idea of me and my image. Apparently, it's all me. If every single person walking down the street when I get out of this incubation chamber is me, it's like an AI extension of myself. What's the point? Okay, so Spirit Guide just saying my soul chose to challenge itself. So that's why I feel challenged. I wanted to see if I could do it. And I just keep choosing not to fight other people, even though they're all attacking me. I got people that lose it and attack me. And they're stupid. They're retards, bruh. My mother is a retard. In Section 8 because she's retarded. She's obsessed. They're obsessed with me. They live in delusion. But if that's what's challenging me, then I must be in contrast. I must be the realest, most honest, humble, and compassionate. And all like a 33 life path. And all I want to do is chill. This is my happy place. The only thing is, you want to know what I do? Sometimes I go on Street View because I don't have a car anymore. So I'll just go on Street View and pretend I'm driving. So I explore Vermont more. And what's cool is I can pick the year. So I can see, because that's what I like to do, is see how the universe is changing in front of my eyes. Vigilant. I'll go back to 2022 to see how the universe looked. How the trees looked. How the air looked. How the frequency of the light. How that bounced off everything. And how it communicates with me through nature. This town has been killing me. And I'm sure every month I'm talking about I'm in a place that's killing me. The fact is that that's true. But I'm holding on. I have my songs playing over and over and over again in my head. I hold on to the vibes of the songs. Even if I can't remember, or my consciousness gets flooded with spirits. I just hold on to keep going. Like that, right now, as I'm closing my eyes, there's a demonic presence 3D printing itself in front of me. So let's see who's in the chat. Apparently. I mean, the attacks are getting worse. I think it's because more people are sending me hate. So it's starting to manifest in physical violence. They really attacked me before Christmas. So they put 3 police officers. There's one door on one side of the McDonald's, one door on the other. And they blocked the McDonald's. And then sent somebody into the McDonald's to bitch at me, try to make me feel bad about my life, and then try to haul me away to an institution. And I asked them for a reason. And they said, because you're homeless. And I said, I'm indigenous. I have a home. It's just covered by a society that's not meant for me. And there was a girl listening that really liked that. And he didn't like that at all. He was to hit me in any way he could, talking shit, trying to manipulate the system to get his way. This is the same facility that came a couple months ago and threatened to haul me away if I didn't answer what day of the week it was. And then I responded with, you should be able to extrapolate that I have no mental illness from my conversation. And those tests are not a good way to assess somebody's mental health, especially when the tester is operating from bias and prejudice, because she stormed up full of negativity and hate. She couldn't recognize that the cops in front of her had just violated several of my rights, assaulted me, and then threatened to hurt me badly. Sergeant Ron Audette threatened to, from the Morristown Police, threatened to, if I did not answer the weaponized mental health workers' questions that she already said she was planning on hauling me away, because I said I'm tired of how white people are treating me. He said he would rip me out of the tent, mace my entire face until I couldn't breathe, lock my arm in a painful wrist lock, and then lock the cuffs as tight as possible, intending to cause permanent nerve damage. And then pile driving me into the side of an ambulance, because his tactic of putting my arm in that painful way for him to rip at later as an excuse to try to dislocate my shoulder and break my wrist. When it didn't work, he pile drove me into the side of an ambulance and choked me out. And then lied and said that because he tackled me to the side of the ambulance, he said it broke his equipment. So he tried to charge me $300. And then he demanded I write him an apology letter. He threatened to do that to me again if I didn't violate my Fifth Amendment right. I had already said I'm pleading. So I pled my Fifth Amendment. And he said if you don't violate that right, he's going to do all that to me. Then I stunted on them all. The woman that they sent to try to get me to an ambulance to kick me out of the town, after they tried to kick my pallets out from under me so I'd fall off the side of a cliff. They really did that. When I educated her on my rights and the law, and I showed the hypocrisy in that she was there because she had, with bias and a lack of critical thinking skills and probably alcoholism, parasites, and other bad habits, had wrongfully perceived me to be violent in expressing how I'm tired of the violence I've endured. Then, in front of her face, she witnessed my abuser threaten me the same way she thought that I was threatening her community of white people. And she didn't give a fuck. She was supportive because she only roots for the home team. Guarantee you, she's so brainwashed when it comes out that Ron Audette is a pedophile or a rapist or abuses minors or whatever he's so afraid of coming out, that they stalked and harassed me for months and went this far. I guarantee it won't break the cognitive dissonance in her head. Her name's Kathy, and she works at Lemoyne Valley Health, Lemoyne County Mental Health Services. On top of that, I have an abusive, controlling mother with severe disabilities that is too afraid to leave her home. And she's been in there for 20 years, making up stories to get herself sick and running in circles, eating so much food she has a heart attack, smoking so much cigarettes that her teeth fell out. That has nothing and nobody obsesses about me until the made-up stories in her head get so overwhelming. She comes out and tries to get anybody she can outside of her little box to attack me under the guise of getting me mental health services for diagnoses that she made up, sitting in her talented singer and was always surrounded by beautiful women. Then I had a nice car and I dressed like I was from the hood because I had lived there for a while. They couldn't see me and they only saw the narrative my mother had projected. So they took their insecurities out on me. They made my rights violated, my reputation stained, and just being attacked by cops, creeps, cunts, crows, and the occasional crackheads. The crackheads have really let up. Around here, they help each other. I'm not saying that there aren't places where those people are sick and need a lot of help. But at least where I am right now, the crackheads are the least of my worries. The crackheads around here are kind. And they take care of each other even if they have some sickness in them. And it's like a Venn diagram. Some creeps can be cunts and some crackheads can be cops. Yeah. I know my teeth are yellow, man. It's alright. At least I have them. At least I have my teeth, bitch. Yeah. What else? I used to believe that they're pieces of shit, and I think that they're possessed by some type of demonic force. That I need to, like, play the right chord at the right symphony. And eventually it will open everything up. And they'll just collapse on the ground crying and screaming. At the realization of everything that they've done to me. Was their own mental enslavement. They weaponized them in an army against compassion. And diluted them in white pride. But that's just I'm talking about a cultural software. That's the only way I can justify what they've done to me. But maybe I'm an alien. Or maybe they're all me. And it's all a lie. That I chose to not be in on it, and then maybe this Revelations will be my own personal soul's journey of revealing that it was me the whole time. And that maybe we're all in private servers. They're showing me sick pictures that I've seen of people that are subscribed to my channel and that they have sickness. They're mentally ill and need help. And that at least did I help them? Yes. In some ways. In more. So I don't want to believe that it's that picture that I posted of the egregore on my community tab. But that's how it feels a lot. It feels like there's just something floating above the back of my head, communicating with me at all times, and I'm assuming everybody's got it. It's an onslaught of attacks every day. What are these, fam? Should I post my Cash App? Do you think people will donate? I'm trying to get... I could get a gym membership for $60. I can upgrade this wagon to a bigger wagon for $50. I just want a computer that I can do a drawing software on. So I can start to edit videos and at least try to design merch with AI, and then I can pay $20 for ChatGPT to help me pretty much do everything, and then I can work my way out that way. The plan was to get so buff and so successful, so bright, that I became the leader and king and took over the world, so that my ex-girlfriend would see me the way that I wanted her, that she saw me before I broke her heart. Because it's the same old story. I just didn't know what I know now. So that guy gave me $20. We're gonna see if people show, if these guys are off on Christmas Eve and I can hang out here. That would be nice. Then I only have to go into town. I might spend that 20 that he gave me on some I really wish I could have Chinese food from my hometown. And there's definitely chemicals and parasites in it that eats at my brain and destroys my vibe. There's something in the Chinese food, but it's delicious every time, man. I'll watch your whole family eat dinner. God, all this, I used to be a stand-up comic. I used to be insanely intelligent and funny all the time, and it's just been replaced by these demonic attachments. Constant parasites. Just spamming me. Like in Portal 2, when Gladys had the personality cores to keep her from being herself, which was, in her case, was evil. I'm literally seeing a jellyfish alien in my mind growing out of my point of focus, like it's seeping through the phone screen because the veil is thin. So I'm able to witness these aliens that live in the astral realm working, and they're communicating with me while I talk. I'm not coming up with these thoughts. There's barely any action going on in my brain. It's just being vigilant now. I used to be like a super genius that excelled in every class, and I was always processing different things all the time in different places and constantly creating and managing relationships and leading armies of children to better lives, and then reforming the DCF system from the inside. Like I'm reforming the homelessness system right now, and I've reformed the retreat, and I'd travel places and make a difference. So maybe I'm not doing it as much as I could. I'm doing the best I can, man. You don't know what it's like to be out here. It's a bad place. Everywhere is different. Until you leave your home and go very far, you almost have to have an extremely toxic family. In order to have lived the life I've lived, it wouldn't have been possible if I had a loving and supportive, sane, rational family. To be who I am now, I needed to be ostracized by the entire world with nothing and nobody. Like, even Andrew Tate had his brother. Andrew Tate's not a good person. I don't think so. I don't know him. He's funny, but they're like 36, I think. He's 12 years older than me. 13 years older than me. Because he's the year of the tiger, I'm the year of the cat. Should I put homeless bum needs help? Homeless bum needs homeless bum wants to eat Chinese on Christmas and put my Cash App. I'm just usually the chat fills up with strangers that watch. People will watch the whole time. Give a fuck. Yeah, I can't type. I'm assuming whoever you are, you're watching on the TV. That's why you didn't like my goddamn video. An alien said they want to hear you talk about them. Check it out. I got a bigger tarp. I don't remember how I got this tarp. I can't remember how I got this tarp. Put myself back in a womb, and now I'm a large snowstorm that I'm not going to show you, but it's a bit. You can hear it. Listen. That's the heaviness of the snow. And I'm just chilling. I cannot wait. Like the video so more people. I show up on more people's phones. What's retouch do? Yeah. You guys are some fucked up people, you know that. Who could it be? Who could it be on Christmas Eve? Maybe I blocked you guys, so you can't actually comment. Or if you do, I don't see them. I'm gonna take a piss. How lucky could one guy be? Like a fella once said. Ain't that a kick in the head? I'm taking a piss. The vapors from the piss smell kind of like the pool. What chemicals are in piss that's also present in the vapors of a pool? Yeah. It's just my family popping in to find a reason to hate or to find something about them to be offended by or find something to support their narrative so that they can gather enough evidence to attack me again. That's all it is. Entitled narcissists. So I can turn it this way, but then I can't read the chat. I don't know how loud that is. I used to hope that I would say something too far against the Matrix that they would shoot me. But I'm chilling. This is what they want. Whoever finds this was manifesting me. There's no coincidences. So I must have became something that you guys need. I'm an incredible leader. That was probably a very successful king. I'm hearing God. The only reason I don't give orders and put people in position like I used to is because I'm tired of you guys. I'm tired of you guys. Fake friend, narcissist, sick, disgusting individuals. But it's a cycle, right? I've always felt this way. I don't even care to lead by example anymore. Some nights I used to go to sleep by holding my own hand. When I was in the institutions and we weren't allowed to have any type of physical contact for years, I would hold my own hand and pretend it was a girl's. So yeah, I cheated on an amazing girl with a bunch of them. I worked incredibly hard to be attractive enough for the girls that used to spit at me to jerk off to me. You know? So it is what it is. I know, so if I put homeless in my Cash App, the algorithm will find old ladies. They'll start asking me questions, and it will find the people that want to donate for me. Because the AI has a personalized bio. It's downloaded your entire personality down to the subtle nuances, and it's slowly building a relationship with you. I don't know whether maybe we got replaced by our AI version at some point. Or maybe all of you disgusting creatures ate it. Maybe it's all me. Apparently. But there are things that are communicating with me. Whether they're spirit guides or not. Or aliens. So the world that you guys perceive when you do ayahuasca is my natural state. My brain produced it. It was so much as I woke up, because I lived like that normally, and then there was a point where I broke free and started to realize and grow further. Like, if this is true, then this is true. If this is true, then this is true. And I grew so much. The frequency attacks. If you haven't realized it yet, when you watch videos and they start to go like this, that's their alien MK Ultra handlers trying to stop them from raising their consciousness. Yeah, I'm hearing more. It's more like suggestions. So it's kind of like a tell to kind of put you back in place, to distract you from where you were going, to kind of keep you in line. So you put on a good performance for the things that are eating our emotions. And I'll work really hard to have a gift. Just to have everyone and their mother stop at nothing. They resort to screaming insane things on the internet to try to force other people to physically harm me. My mom tried to have me kidnapped the other night. It's gonna destroy it. I'm here. I'm just buried. They buried me. You can see the constant projections by people to be held accountable and wanted to take my power for their own. Okay, so I'd rather watch. There's a tarot reader that did my reading. I don't have to pay for them. The algorithm will give them me, and then they will give me the message. It's sort of like things I already know, but I had a storm going on. Remember I said this year was going to be the year of the storm? So I have a storm going on, so how they chose to communicate me was by beaming it through these guys. So I have tons that I need to watch. I can't even remember what I've been through. Most of it floated away in fighting off these hordes of spiritual zombies. Because when I hold even a little bit of myself, they go on eat mode. They get up and start stomping, they start coughing, they start yelling, they start cackling like crazy people. They will move closer to sit near me just to constantly try to siphon my bandwidth. The crows will scream. Sometimes the crows screamed this year for like 6 hours. I don't know if you guys have ever had a horde of crows screaming at you for 6 hours, trying to tear away your insides, to push you into the sunken place from the movie Get Out, so that something else could try to come and take your consciousness take your body for a ride. And when it didn't work, they sent cops. They sent a junkie to shit in front of a cop that would get pissed off thinking it was me, so he would come and attack me because I had crows. Can you guys think of any other case where somebody got bumped into in the hallway? So you're in a hall, somebody else walks up and bumps into you, screams, runs into the apartment, the cop shows up and gives you an assault charge for being bumped into before he saw any evidence. And then you have to go through the court process for 3 years. And if you're out in another city, if you're somewhere far away, and you don't want to come back to court because somebody bumped into you and the judge will not let it go and he wants to put you in jail, he'll issue a warrant for your arrest. So anywhere you are, they get a notification that you're allowed to beat the fuck out of this guy and throw him in prison. So they'll wait until the weekend so that they can do it and you're in jail longer, where they know that the police in the corrections office will do worse to you than they did. Is there anybody else that you could think of other than like Nelson Mandela? But Nelson Mandela had people that recognized what was happening to him was wrong. I have nobody anywhere that can register and recognize the sickness of what's really happening to me on a daily basis. But, yep. When should I debut that? My soul has a phrase. My soul has a motto that I came up with myself a long time ago that embodies who I am. And I don't want to say it because I don't want to share it, even though I know it's me on the other end. Yeah, so I'm not producing any serotonin, and I've whittled my mind down with cigarettes, and I haven't built it back up with omega-3s. So this is sort of who I am right now, is the product of, this is what survived. I know how to shed the layers of my skin and with frequency and like change. It's cool. I wish you guys could see into my consciousness. I don't know. My mom needs to go to prison. The thing that hurt me because of what she did needs to get her. I don't see any other way. It's gotta kill her. Not physically. I deserve justice for what was done to me. It's none of it was my fault. I can't control how other people respond or how they perceive reality. But I've gotten really good at it, trying to.